everybody. Here we are at the lunch therapy. Today, I'm really fortunate to have Todd Lee on the show, all the way from Moose Lodge up there in the Seattle area of Washington State. I thought I'd start off with just parachute in. You know, we're gonna parachute in. This is a guy parachuting into Husky Stadium. If you ever wondered what that was like, this is what it's like. We're going to get to the show. This is a show where, for those of you that may not have seen the show before, it's where we take a break from the news cycle. We fly around. We look at some weird stuff. We talk about keeping our head right. And I'm not a licensed therapist, but I've heard that lunch therapy helps you keep your mind at ease. All right, I'm going to zoom in so that we can see what it's like to land in the stadium. Here we go. Whoa. You know, if you ever wondered what it's like to parachute into a football stadium, this is it. This is what happens. The crowd is starting to see him come in. And, whoa, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, you don't see this every day. And all right. So this is an all Todd Lee show. We've got a background here that Todd Lee sent in. It's our own homegrown ASMR video, and you can hear the. What can you see? That's a. Hold on, let me bring you in here. What'd you say, Todd?
There's a bat house.
That's a bat house?
Yeah, see it on the tree in the background there?
Yeah. What is a bat house?
Well, you can put a bat house up in your yard, and bats will, like a birdhouse, they'll live there, nest there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You can have a bat house?
Yeah.
I had no idea about this.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't anybody tell me that? No, now you have. Now you have. So that's a bat house. We're going to have to get one of those, I think. But aren't the bats out like at night? Do you have to go out with a flashlight and take a look at them, or?
Oh, I don't go out and look at them.
You don't look at them.
I have them there so they'll eat all the bugs and mosquitoes.
Yeah. All right. So tell me in the chat room, am I talking to myself or can you hear Todd? I think you can hear him, right? It's time to take in a breath. Yesterday we had sound issues where I was all echoey. I think probably happening today too as well. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it out.
That was a harsh one.
You too, Todd. We got a show to do here. We need to get ourselves together. So in through the nose, out through the toes. Put down the bong, everybody. Let it out. We can hear Todd, but we can't see him. Exactly. That's the way I like it. Echo is back. Maybe it's gone now, though. I'm thinking. I'm starting to get some control over the sound, I think. But just when you think you have control, you know what happens. Spiral out of control. I had a bat house, Ganell says. They didn't seem to care for it. Perhaps it wasn't the right color, because as we know with hummingbird feeders, they have to be red. Maybe bat houses have to be purple, perhaps? All right, in through the nose, out through the toes. We hear you both. Thank you, Mulva. Echo is off. See? Starting to gain some control here. Let it go.
See, now you can relax.
We know that Todd's breathing. Yeah, now I'm totally relaxed.
What I'm reading.
All right. One more breath. I think I prefer the echo, Ben says. Yes, echo gone. All right, so now I'm not going to talk about it anymore, the echo. I'm not going to talk about audio. I am just going to focus on one more breath. And this breath, this is going to be a good one. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take it in. We're going to hold it for a little longer than we normally hold it. And then we're going to let it out. All right, in through the nose, out through the toes. I can see you, Todd. I can see whether you're breathing or not. And he is. Let it go. Breathing is good. You know, for those of you that don't know, if you don't breathe, you fall over. And if you continue to not breathe, you die. So that's the advertisement that I have. And, you know, 4 out of 5
I don't
dentists,
think you can just choose not to breathe.
you can't just choose not to breathe. But you can choose to breathe extremely shallow. And you can choose to be extremely shallow, too. But that's not the case with our guest today, Mr. Todd Lee. I'm going to bring him in here, and we're going to see, you know, what kind of crazy shenanigans we can get up to. Oh, I caught him. What is he like? What's he doing? Like plucking his eyebrows?
I just had to do a little touch up.
Eyebrow plucking. I need to do some touch up on my eyebrows as well, because sometimes what happens is they get bushy and then they go up like that, and I start to look evil. You know? Does that ever happen to you?
No, just, if I don't do it, then I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden there'll be a hand that comes out of nowhere and starts yanking at my eyebrows. Or any other hairs that are growing from my face or ears, or that's just an issue that I haven't had, but boy, in the last 5 years, I can grow hair overnight.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
A hair factory. Right there on your face. Yeah, I don't like the eyebrow plucking. My wife tries to do that sometimes. Tries to get in there and pluck, and that's so painful. It's just unbelievably painful.
Yeah. Especially when they sneak up on you.
Wait, let's see what Cade Alexi has to say. That is the largest strawberry I've ever seen. So actually, it is the smallest turtle you've ever seen, I think. But let's see. Let's see what he has to say here, this turtle. This is the turtle's first strawberry. I don't even think he's going to get a bite of it, do you?
I think you might get it.
Maybe. They had to do a little time lapse there because it was so dull, I think. Oh, there he's got it on the end. You know, I heard the other day, and I don't know whether this is true, but monkeys peel bananas from the bottom. Do you think that that's true? There was this thing on the web where they were saying things that you do wrong. And one of them was that you peel your banana from the top. It doesn't look like the turtle gave up.
Well, they also stick their finger up their butt to see if their farts smell.
And you should do that, too. These are things that you're doing wrong.
I guess so.
They also eat their own feces, apparently.
Yeah.
And throw their feces, which is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, for our next video, this is a video of Todd working out. He doesn't know that I'm going to show this, but it's Todd working out.
No way.
It's called Fitness Beast. Todd is this is Todd. He looks a little different, but he is the fastest treadmill runner in the world. This is on Funny Monkey, which is a channel on YouTube, strangely enough, called Funny Monkey. I didn't plan that.
He looks to be more like Neil size.
Yeah, he does. Well, I think you have to be kind of compact to run like this. Look, I like the people next to him. They're just like, what is your freaking problem? Let's see if the guy looks at him. No, he's just actually just going along just fine. This is fine every day. There's somebody doing that. Are strawberries okay for turtles? It's a good question. I don't know. Is this okay for humans? Look at the guy next to him. He's like, what are you doing? I think you have to have a special treadmill for this thing. Because I would just go flying. I wonder if he ever just goes flying off the back of the thing and slams into the other people.
Well, you can go and find a lot of treadmill fails out there.
Are there? I remember there was a video where the guys... Isn't there like a music video?
Yeah.
Treadmills? Right,
they actually do a dance on it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I always thought that would be a thing, like an Olympic event, treadmill dancing. So if you ever had Hot Wheels, did you have those?
Oh yeah.
So
I used to burn some of them. I used to light them up.
Strangely enough, it's flammable liquid lube.
Yeah.
I actually remember that too. We used to set them on fire and then throw them down the track. But this is cool. This is a GoPro on a track. So now we get to see what it's like to drive one of those babies. People in this thing are good. Yeah, the treadmill. Isn't that cool?
That's really awesome. I was never that creative.
Well, we never had these kind of tools.
Yeah, I just had the loop-de-loop in about 3 tracks.
Yeah.
And it would do jump.
Whoa! I didn't expect to go in the water at the end. That was cool. Let's just see. Oh, we're getting a little bit of a replay here. Oh, shoot. It's over. Let's see what else I've got here. Oh, this is an event that I think you'd be good at, Todd.
This year, let's see what he can do.
It's called death diving.
Oh.
So what they do is they dive, it looks like dangerously or stupidly, and then they somehow survive it. Look at this.
Beautiful to watch.
It looks like the belly flop contest at Phi Caps that was next door.
Oh yeah, they used to have that, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Remember Stan Chen doing it? He weighed about 300 pounds.
Yeah, I do.
He was always in the top 2 or 3.
Well, that was maybe size of the belly helps.
It's
Yeah.
the leader.
Yeah, maybe that's what they were judging on.
Playing up to the crowd. That's what
I've
think it
done
was the whole show.
the belly flop not on
Let's see
purpose
what the
before.
third time for this year's semifinal
Yeah.
freestyle.
impress us.
Oh, I like that hand on the hip one.
That's how you do a clean death dive. You can see how he has so much control in the air.
All right,
They didn't show the end of that one. Oh.
No, they didn't show the end of it. No, there he goes. Oh, ow. I think I heard like a sound as he hit. These are guys doing push-ups.
Okay. Ready? Mark?
The most number of push-ups in
Get set,
60
go.
seconds.
You know, I'm really flattered that you think of me and all this.
Yeah, because this is what I think about you. When I think about
what
Todd, I
you-
think about personal, physical fitness,
Oh, yeah.
diving techniques, and large strawberries.
And Hot Wheels.
How many do you think that he
Five.
can do in 60 seconds, these guys?
Well, he's done 30.
My money's on the
100.
guy on the left. You think
Yeah,
100?
100.
100?
Yeah. No, same amount.
I think it's worth it to see.
Unless they slow down.
That guy on the left just seems strong at these things. But yeah, you start to...
Well, the guy on the left, I think, is cheating a little bit because he's got his hands being closer.
Oh, that's a good point. That might be
Yeah,
part of
the
the
elbows are.
technique.
Yeah.
You know, we had George Hood on the show. He's working on this record right now. He's gone from planking to push-ups. Oh, 75. All right. That, let's just do one more. This is, as you know, I like the roller coasters. This is a special trackless coaster. No, where is it? This is SoCal Attractions. This is at the Knoebels Amusement Park in Ellisburg, Pennsylvania.
Looks like the, what was it, the luge?
Yeah, it's sort of like being on a, what do they call it? A flume ride without the water. I would think that this actually might catch on fire too, because all the, there's all that wood, there's all that friction. You would think that at some point it would just spontaneously combust.
You know, one thing I've noticed is that there haven't been any fire stories told by women, females.
You're right. We should probably see if anybody in the chat room has it. Do you think it's just a boy thing? I don't know. I bet you
Well,
there's some crazy.
Actually, I'm whenever I say female or women, I get confused because is that okay to say these days,
I
or
don't
do I
know.
need to?
We're
don't wanna
definitely
offend
gonna have to
anybody
check with the chat room.
Okay.
Because it's like you might be like classified people.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I know when I said the thing about is that a boy thing, I was like, Marshall,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing? What's your friggin' problem? You got to get it together, dude.
Talk about first world problems.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to move on because Todd's got a flammable liquid story that he's going to tell us. And this is Flammable Liquid Week. Okay, so here we go. Transitioning now. Can I say transitioning? I don't know. Here we go. We're going into the crazy story week. I am going to change into something more comfortable for the crazy story. But we are going to play the intro here. Let me see what Kamala has to say. She got in trouble for setting the student lounge on fire at St. Anne's. So there you go. That's a story we have to hear. I actually have a flame story, a flaming story coming up after Todd's story that I would like to tell as well. So here we go. Crazy story. I'm like thinking right now, like, is the audio gonna work? I'm nuts. I lost my mind. Hold on one second. Let me do a little technical thing here so that I don't. It's Friday. All right. So anyway, let's go for it. Okay, here we are. I think we're here. I'm going to do something weird here to maybe screw up the audio. Let's see. We'll find out what's happening, whether they can hear us, whether they can't hear us, but we look good. And that's all that matters, really. The battery. Oh my God. Hold on. I don't know. Oh, Ben said my battery is about to die, and I thought he was talking to me. People are so helpful in the chat room. I'm like, is my battery gonna die? So I'm looking around. Oh yeah, it's happened to me before. Actually, I was live streaming one time, and my battery went out, and my computer it didn't say, hey, dude, your battery's gonna go out. It just went out. Ganel says, can you say flaming? I know. I thought the same thing. I think we can, because it's descriptive of anything, really. Right? I mean, you could say, you're a flaming Husky fan. I don't know if you could. No, maybe you can't. Oh, shoot. We can't hear Todd. Hold on a sec. I knew it. I knew there would be something. How about now? Can we hear Todd now? Todd,
Check
say
1,
something.
2.
Yeah, we can hear.
Hello, can you hear me?
Thank God. All right. I don't think you missed anything as of yet because he hasn't started the story. Todd, first of all, let's just set the stage.
Okay.
Todd is an expert in building construction. He has been supervising building construction since as long as I've known him since he graduated. First of all, I do want to ask you one thing. In college, it wasn't like you were like going around, like, remember we knew that one guy who had like a truck and he went around and did a bunch of construction, like he had like a freelance job while we were in school?
Yeah.
I forget what his name is, but Todd, I never knew you to be like building buildings while we were in college. How did you set upon this very like fantastic career that you found for yourself? How did you settle on that?
Well, I grew up really doing a lot of remodel work with my dad on our house that we'll see and what the story is about.
Yeah.
And really just enjoyed carpentry. I enjoyed all those types of things. I also enjoyed drawing, and for a long time I thought I'd be an architect. And I came to UW with the idea of going and getting an architecture degree. And you remember Larry Vandenberg and Al? Yeah. So
those guys were great.
Larry and Al, they were both architecture majors.
Oh, yeah.
And I always wanted to ask them as I was a freshman, I wanted to talk with them and go, well, how do you like the major? How do you like architecture school? But they were never around. And where they were was down in studio, and where studio is an architecture school, they do all sorts of projects, and they have mattresses underneath their drawing tables, and they would be there 24/7 doing their stuff. And so I immediately thought, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Those guys were like hardcore people, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. They were flaming architecture.
They were flaming architects.
Flaming architects.
So I immediately switched, and luckily within the School of Architecture at the UW, there's the School of Construction Management, and I went into that, and I started over the summers trying to get experience within the building industry. And when I graduated, I went right to work for a general contractor in Seattle selling construction, and I was there for 28 years. And thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil. Appreciate it. He was trying to groom before the show, but I cut him
I
off.
was trying to get it, but oh well. So worked there for 28 years, and then left in 2017, and wanted to figure out something else because I wasn't happy, and I want to be happy, and so figured out a different track, and now I work for a commercial real estate developer in Seattle. But
Cool.
It's something that's been a passion. It's something I've always enjoyed.
Yeah.
The building process and design process. So, overall, the most thing I like to do is to work with people.
Yeah. I work with people.
Yeah. It's all about team.
And
I just disappeared.
I have a question for you. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
Did anything like that ever happen to you when in building construction?
I've had fires, floods, no famine.
No famine. Not
and
yet.
one collapse. One collapse, but it was not anywhere near like that.
This is Husky Stadium. They built a big, I don't know what you call that.
The North Stand.
North Stand. And this was while we were in college, right? Was it?
Yeah.
Or a little bit after?
Yeah.
And they built it, and then, I don't know, they did something wrong, and all of a sudden it totally collapsed. I mean, that must have been a nightmare.
And the lucky thing was that nobody was hurt in that, which is amazing, because right before it collapsed, there were probably 100 people that were climbing all over that steel.
Whoa.
And the superintendent that was erecting the steel, he said that he started to hear the steel sing.
Yeah. Oh,
and
sing?
he knew, it starts to just sing this high pitch.
Oh, no.
And he knew, not good. And that's when he got everybody off the building, and then it collapsed shortly thereafter.
It would have been like a giant mechanical dinosaur chomping everybody. Yeah, thank God.
I spent a summer for a little while painting Husky Stadium, the South Stand.
You did?
Yeah.
Now, the South Stand, that's one of those, though. One of those, wow. Hands-on.
It was,
We used to go to the Husky games.
Guys that did it.
We used to go to the Husky games. My dad was a professor there, and so we used to sit where the teachers sit, which was in what they called the fun zone, which is the end zone. And there were like clowns in the way. It was really hard to see the game. That was my experience at Husky Stadium. So, all right, so let's cut to the chase. I hear you have a flammable liquid story. We already realized that you were working on your house as a child. The house means a lot to you. And I have a picture of it here, but I'm going to let you lead the way.
So it was the summer after our freshman year, which I think is the same time you were in Alaska with Doug.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a specific job that summer that was in the industry, and so I did a bunch of odd jobs. And part of those odd jobs were for my parents.
Yeah.
And so one of my odd jobs one day was to work on removing some wood strips in a patio and replacing it with concrete. Mm-hmm. And the one shot that has the interior of the house that I sent you,
which I will show you right now.
That shows. So if you look outside there, you can see the concrete outside the patio.
Yeah.
And there's little kind of dark strips in there.
Mm-hmm.
There were wood pieces in there that I had to go in and remove, and then I would put the concrete back in.
Okay.
Well, I went out to remove it, and I thought, oh, easy enough. And right above there is a deck that oversees has the view. And so I go out there, and I have all my tools, and I start prying. And the very first board that I pick up, you can leave that up there because that'll be a good illustration for a little bit here.
All right.
I pry the first one up, and there's boiling thousands and millions of termites.
Oh.
Just all over the place. I'm just going, holy crap. And as you can see from the picture, it's a log house.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the queen termite starts heading towards the house, along with their thousands of other termites. And I'm like, well, that's not good. So I thought, what kills termites?
Oh, no. No.
Maybe gasoline?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh.
So I ran down the shed. We didn't have a jar of gas, but we had a 5-gallon can of gas.
Oh.
I ran back up, and I poured it on the termites, and I thought that would kill them.
Yeah.
Well, it just made them mad, and it just started moving quicker and faster.
Covered with gasoline.
So I thought, Well, maybe fire.
Oh,
So
no.
I went and I lit the gas on fire, and I didn't have a lot of experience with gas fires. I had a lot of experience with like burning Hot Wheels and other kind of fire things, but never gas. And all of a sudden, I had a 3-foot flame all along where I poured the gas on the termites. And I was like, whoa, that's a big fire. And then I look over to my left and realize that I'd set down the gas can just a little bit too close to where the fire was, and the side of the gas can was on fire. And I thought, well, that's not good. And I'm right underneath that deck, and I'm thinking, I want to burn down my parents' house.
Oh, my God.
So I grab the gas can, and I'm batting on it with my hand to try to put out the flame. That's not working. And so I run over to the edge of the patio where it's not covered by the deck, and I set down the can, and I'm going to turn around and run and get the hose. Well, as I'm turning around, I realized that I set the can too far off the patio.
Yeah.
It rolled down the slope you see in front of the house, dropped off that brick wall, which is about 6 feet tall, and landed in the driveway. And proceeded to expand this entire pool of fire. And there was a column of black smoke going up. And I thought, oh, my God, people are going to see this black smoke plume from, I don't know, Everett or something.
Oh, my God.
And, well, the thing about it is that you usually park cars in the driveway, which there were cars in that driveway. And my pickup was in that driveway. Well, the pool of gas fire was slowly expanding and moving towards my car.
Oh, no.
And so then...
Towards your car.
Towards my car. And so I thought, crap. So I ran, got the hose. I started spraying it on the gas. That doesn't put out gas.
No, that does not. It
expanded
spreads it
further.
Yeah.
And made a bigger puddle. And so I'm going, shit. And so I'm going to run down and get the my truck moved and try to move it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I realized that my neighbor, John, who's about 4 years older than me, is also doing a task that day. He's underneath a truck parked next to mine, replacing the clutch. And
what?
So I'm not going to go into detail about what a clutch is, other than you have to replace it from down below, and it's kind of a Del-up kit process because you kind of lift it up in place and then you connect it in.
Yeah.
He was in the process of lifting up this clutch, and all of a sudden he turns to his right, and there's this ball of fire on the driveway next to him. And he had no idea what it was. He jumps out from under the car, and he's going, oh my God. And he's yelling at me, going, what the hell? And he runs off, and I'm thinking, where'd he go? I thought he was going to call the fire department or something, which, of course, I didn't want to happen. Meanwhile, I've still got the water coming on.
Yeah.
And then it starts moving towards my truck. I run down to my truck, and I get in, and I realize I don't have the keys. So stick shift, put it in neutral, and I start pushing it forward as this wall of fire is coming towards me. And then all of a sudden, out of the back of my mind, I see John run by, and he has got a fire extinguisher.
Oh, thank God.
He puts the fire out.
Yeah, those are kind of handy, aren't they?
Yeah. It took care of it. And so then I had to go back up, and you can see the slope. That was the grass, and there was a hedge in front of the deck at the time.
Yeah.
The grass was on fire. The hedge was on fire, and there used to be trees there that were also started on fire.
Oh,
and so I spent
God.
He used all the fire extinguisher on the puddles, so I just was able to get that out with water. And my dad came home that night and not too impressed. No,
I'm sure he wasn't.
So that was when I was 19.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh my God. 19.
So it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that you're a flaming handyman?
Yes, I am.
I think it is.
I solve your problems with flame. and fortunately, the only thing that was hurt was my pride, and then my dream of being the Orkin Man was ruined because I could never do that.
It's on your resume forever.
Yeah.
It's a blemish on your resume. What happened to the termites? Gniel
says. They were taken care of.
Roasted.
They were roasted. Yep.
At least you solved the problem.
But I think they had the last laugh. That's
I think
really.
Yeah. That's great. That's like a Laurel and Hardy episode or something like that.
Oh my God! Well,
one thing leads to the next.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor's like under the car.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God, the horror that could have occurred there.
Oh my God.
No, oh my God, I blew up my neighbor's car. Oh wait, I blew up my neighbor.
I blew up my neighborhood.
My entire neighborhood.
Number one, I was so fortunate that the gas can was pretty full. Mm-hmm. Because
you were lucky?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Because if it wasn't, it was like half full. And my dad told me about this afterwards. He goes, Todd, there's vapors in there.
Yeah.
What would have happened is the fire would have gone up and the whole thing would have exploded.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be around.
God. Don't tell any kids
that's the story that I got the Turkey Award for in our fraternity for the entire summer.
For the entire summer.
We used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we used to have an award that they gave you for being an idiot. Essentially, it was like a turkey on a pedestal.
Yeah, I was an idiot for that summer, the summer of '86.
You know, I was working in a building in downtown LA. It was a law firm, and I was doing help desk stuff. And I went into the break room, and I thought I'd make a piece of toast. So I put a piece of toast in the toaster, and then I went back to my thing. You know, I press it down. I go back to my station or whatever. Was doing help desk stuff, and then suddenly I realized, oh yeah, that toast. Like after a while, and I go back to the break room, and the whole toaster's on fire. And this is in a building, like an office building. Whole toaster's on fire. It's going up to the cabinets. They're getting burned. And of course, I had the same experience you had, where I didn't think, oh, I should get a fire extinguisher. I took the toaster. I thought, don't put water on it because it's an electrical fire.
Yeah.
So that was smart of me. So I unplugged it and threw it in the sink, and then that didn't help. Just more flames. Luckily, the server guy came in at the time, and he was much more level-headed. He just pulled the fire extinguisher off the wall and and it was out.
Yeah.
But yeah, horrifying. And through your mind, you're like, in your mind, you're thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to burn an entire building down, or I'm going to burn my parents' house down. It just gets out of control. Such a nightmare.
It gives a good idea of how you would respond in a crisis.
Yeah, right. It's a good lesson,
end up
good
being
indicator.
An idiot.
Just, yeah, we all think we're like some kind of hero or something.
No.
Cade says that's a crazy story. You qualified as a crazy story. That was a good story. The thing I like about Todd's story is that it had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it developed as it went along. Like it escalated. That's what they say, in sketch writing class.
Okay.
They say that when you write a sketch, you want it to escalate, like a comedy sketch, which is exactly what this did. So that's super cool. That's super cool. Jose says hot toast.
Hot toast.
That is some hot toast, man.
Well, that's one of the number one reasons there fire calls to office buildings is because somebody's burned something in the kitchen.
Is it?
And it's usually popcorn.
Popcorn, yeah.
Yeah.
That popcorn, man, should be banned.
Yep. You throw it in the microwave and forget about it, and you come back and it's all ablaze.
Kamala says, yes, it escalated. It did. It totally escalated. It was cool. All right. Well, we're at the end of the show. So,
wow. Flew by.
Yeah, it flies by. It's great having you on the show, Todd. I hope that we can have you on the show again, because that was super. And it's great to have you in the chat room. And I appreciate your support of the show and lunch therapy. And what's next for you? What do you think? You were talking about you're working now in real estate, building buildings still. But you were talking about how you might want to start coaching people. Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of online learning about how to become a career coach.
Yeah.
Or a life coach. So
that's cool.
That's what I like to do. It's part of of my job that I've had in my work life. That's what I enjoy the most, is working with people and really helping them be successful and be happy. And so important for us to be happy in life. And
I think
there's
it's
certain
important
ways we can be happy.
Yeah. So. And I think it's important for us to help other people, especially you've been so successful in your career and continue to be. A lot of times it's good to help people that are coming up, even, of any age. But, you might find some kid that's trying to set his parents' house on fire and say, hey, I think you have an aptitude for this.
Make sure you have a fire extinguisher.
I'd be sure. First of all, I want to tell you, just so you survive, make sure you have a fire extinguisher. Probably not a good idea to pour flammable liquids all over the house.
Only a full gas can.
And always have a full one. Yeah, never halfway.
And make sure there's no neighbors replacing their clutches.
Check under the cars.
Check under the cars
before you start your renovation. That is hilarious. All right. Well, I'm going to leave on that. We've got a nice picture of a fire extinguisher here from Ben McKnight's.
That's what they look like.
That's an emoticon that I've never seen before.
Huh. I was wondering what that thing was under our sink.
Oh, and Ganell says fire would probably help with those nose hairs.
Yeah. I'll get my torch lighter that I have.
Yeah, get one of those torch lighters. Not recommended. All right, we're heading into the dance break. Thanks, Todd. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See you, Joel.
That was fantastic. That was a great story. That was a crazy story. So that was an example of a crazy story. We had really fun, a lot of fun this week. Mitch yesterday was telling some crazy stories. By the way, I wanted to clarify because there was some confusion as to why someone would need to hold your pants. So Mick Jagger, the story was Mick Jagger at Studio 54, and he hands Mitch his pants, says, "Would you hold my pants? I'll pay you $200. Well, imagine if you're Mick Jagger, right? And you remove your pants. People are going to want them. People are going to be able to sell them on eBay or whatever. So, you got to make sure you got somebody that you really trust to hold your pants when you jump in there with some, Russian dancer. I don't know what they did. I still don't know what they did.
I just can't wait to use that line at a party.
Yeah, right. Hold my pants.
Hold my pants. I'll be right back.
I think it's a new catchphrase, too. Thanks, Mulva. Good show, guys. All right. I think it's a new lunch therapy catchphrase. Hold my pants. It's like when you see a double rainbow. You're like, hold my pants. It's a double rainbow. All right, we're heading into the dance break here. I've got the same guy that I had on yesterday, who's this incredible guitar player, Mike Dawes, and he's doing a little Metallica. So dance him if you got him.
This is your current all-time favorite.
Yeah, this is my current all-time favorite. Best interview Friday ever. Thanks, Todd and Joel. All right, Ganell. Yeah, it was a pretty damn good interview Friday.
Thanks, Neil.
This is probably the first live interview Friday that we've done. It was sort of a mix of crazy story. And I'm talking again while Mike is trying to play the guitar here. This guy's pretty phenomenal. I'm trying to be quiet. It's tough.
I wish I could move my fingers like that on a guitar.
Yeah, my God. I saw him live. There's a live stream that he did recently. And he was saying, hey, if I can do this, so can you. But look at he does have really long fingers, so. That's one of the, I'm talking again, but one of the things that's difficult for me on the guitar is like, some of the chords just seem impossible. So you have to stretch your hand out. And I remember Mozart, he invented his own hand stretcher. And he actually hurt himself. The things you learn on lunch therapy while I'm talking over Mike Dawes. Look at him. Mike Dawes for letting me play a little bit of your music. Thank you, Todd Lee, for being on the show. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next week on Lunch Therapy.